Welcome back to the channel, guys. Another Infinite Warfare video for you guys. It's a glorious double XP weekend. I hope you guys are all excited getting on this week and get that rank, that prestige leveled up. But today, as requested by a number of viewers, it looks like they're having some trouble with the sniper rifles. So I am here to give you a few tips on how to get the challenges done for the sniper rifles, which is one of the hardest classes to get the diamond camos done. Because the sniper rifles are all so different, we're going to start off by breaking down which gun you should be using where. So the DMR, the Widowmaker, and the EBR should all be used in hardcore mode. The only one you should use in core would be your KBS because it's a one-shot in almost any situation. So the extra damage that you can take in core is beneficial at that point. Otherwise, you're going to be using these in hardcore specifically because of the headshots. They're a one-shot in hardcore, and it just becomes very difficult to get these headshots in core mode with these guns. The Widowmaker can one-shot in core, I do realize that, but I just found it was just easier because of the two bursts that it has. It was easier to get it done in hardcore because a lot of times I found I was not transitioning headshot kills in core if I missed one of those bullets. So these three are all going to be used in hardcore. Now, that being said, let's look at the setup for each gun. Now, the setup for each gun is very similar except for the EBR. Go over the EBR first because that was the first rifle I did. You're going to use it in full assault mode. So what you're going to do is access the hold Y to activate assault rifle mode, and you're going to use it exactly how you got your assault rifle diamond camos. You're going to equip either an elo sight or the scout. I preferred the scout just because of the damage, the zoom in most of the maps was very efficient at getting the reticle on the head and getting that clean shot at almost every range. Now for that, you're going to want to use a reticle similar to this one here, the Sunlight, that has a very distinct dot that is very easy to put on the opponent's head. If you start to use these complicated ones, I find it's just hard for your brain to compensate and get that dot on the head. There's so much going on with these reticles. This one here is pretty good, but I find the blue just not very noticeable. It's hard to differentiate that from a lot of the map. This one here is not so bad. I just don't like the bars on the side, but I found this Sunlight to be very effective. The dot is by itself at the top, so you can really get that dot on the opponent's head and get a clean headshot almost every time. So I really enjoyed this reticle, and I enjoyed the scout scope, but getting this sniper rifle done in assault mode is no different than the assault rifles. You do it in hardcore, all you got to do is tap the head with one bullet, you get your headshot, and you move on. So I don't have any gameplay on that simply because it's just like the assault rifles. It's not very hard to get done. The only suggestion I have when I get to long shots, it's the same as the rest of the sniper rifles. Obviously use your sniper mode for the long shots, and we'll cover that in just a little bit when we get into the actual long shots of the sniper rifles. Moving on to the other two that you're going to use in hardcore are your Widowmaker and your DMR. Now, the DMR is a one shot in hardcore to the head, and so is the Widowmaker. You're going to use the scout scope again on these two rifles simply because, like I said, the sniper rifle scope, the regular one, I find zero use for in almost every map. The range on every map is so small that you don't really need that much zoom. The only one I found capable was Retaliation and Terminal, but Terminal you can't play hardcore. So you're going to want to equip the scout. I find it very, very efficient at getting kills, double kills. The field of view that you have with the scope helps out with transitioning those double kills and not getting shot in the side or the back. As you can see in this clip, it does take practice. I'm not going to say you're just going to be a god with this scope right away. You have to get that head level aim pre-aimed at the head level to be accurate at getting the headshots, but with some practice with this scope, it will be a lot easier. As you can see, like I said in this clip, it's able to transition headshots very effectively. I said with the reticle, helped a lot. The right reticle really helps with the headshots, but as you practice, you will get better, and this scope, I find, is what does wonders for getting these headshots. The other thing is sensitivity. I've mastered my sensitivity. I found to be around a 6 with sniper rifles, rifles and a 7 or 8 with other rifles, submachine guns. So my sniper sensitivity is a little bit lower, but you have to find where you're comfortable at getting quick access to the opponent's head and getting that shot off fast, like you see in these clips here. Alright, so continuing with the build of your hardcore sniper rifles, you're going to want to equip ballistic CPU for stability and then a suppressor for reasons you will see why in just a minute. As well as perks, you're going to use Ghost, you're going to use Blind Eye to stay off the radar, stay out of the score streak sight that may end a quick double kill that you're trying to get, so that's very, very good reasons for having these perks on. And then Tracker is going to help you get kills you may never have gotten, as you will see in a following clip. Now, last but not least, Dead Silence is very important to round out this hardcore build. This is the tip I'm going to give for double kills, 3 kills without dying, and headshots all together. As you can see in this clip, if you play slow with a suppressor and Dead Silence and you want to play in domination in hardcore, you're going to be able to anticipate where enemies are going to be hard scoping lanes, where they're going to be camping out, because there's a lot of camping in hardcore, and you're going to want to sneak up on enemies slowly, make sure that you check your corners, but you're going to be able to get quick double kills and make sure that they're both headshots because you're off the radar, you're silent, you're invisible. And this was the most efficient way that I was getting headshots and double kills with sniper rifles in hardcore, getting upwards of 10 to 15 headshots a game, which made it very fast at getting my headshots done for my sniper rifles. As I already stated, when you're using the KBS, you're going to want to play hardpoint because you can see where enemies are going to be ahead of time. You know they're going to be pushing the hardpoint, so you can transition double kills very easily with the KBS. Also, the same tip applies. Use the scout scope, practice at getting that aim at head level. Sensitivity is important. Make sure you're at the right sensitivity for you, for your skill, and when you get 2 or 3 enemies in a hard point, you should be able to transition that double kill with the KBS and those headshots as well. Now for hardcore, as you can see in this clip, this is another example of where Tracker is key. You can get enemies that are grouping in around certain domination points, and you should be able to transition double kills on those domination points as well as headshots if you are using your suppressor and your Dead Silence. It all helps in transitioning both double kills, 3 kills without dying, and headshots all together by staying off the radar, staying silent, and coming up around enemies when they do not expect it and getting those easy headshots. The last tip I can give you guys in terms of maybe improving your sniper challenge capabilities is to use a certain rig. Now the rig you're going to want to use is the FTL, as you can see behind me, and you're going to want to use the phase shift just for protection in case you have to get out of a zone when you're getting shot and you know you can't turn on an enemy. But the big one here is perception. As you can see in this clip, perception allowed me to transition 2 headshots without getting shot in the back, and what happens is your screen illuminates yellow if somebody is targeting you from the side or the back, so you're able to transition, turn around, and maybe get that quick headshot, maybe transition a quick double kill if you just killed somebody in front of you. But as you can see, it's very, very effective, and it helped me out a lot during these sniper challenges. To wrap up the video, we're going to cover the hardest challenge I found for the snipers, which is your long shots. It was hard because there simply was not that many places that you can go to get these long shots. I figured out some of the most efficient places for you guys in many of the maps so that you can utilize the maps to your best abilities, and I found playing in hardcore was much easier to get these done. Everything is a one shot, and at that range you're going to be getting the kill over any gun in the game. So that's what I found to be the most efficient. We're going to show you first the maps you can get it in, and then the spots in each map, just quickly highlighted in some custom game. So you can get long shots with the sniper rifles in Breakout, Crusher, Scorch. There's a spot in Retaliation. I stayed away from Frontier. There's one spot in Grounded. There's one spot in Precinct. I stayed away from Frost. Throwback I didn't go near. Terminal, there are a number of places. if you shoot cross map or you shoot from outside to inside the terminal, you can figure those ones out for yourself. I won't show you terminal because you can't really access it in hardcore anyways. But if you want to do core with the KBS, there's tons of spots in terminal. But we'll leave that one out. Skydock, there's a good spot. And Mayday, there is one spot that isn't all that good, but if you have to play Mayday for one of your hardcore games, I will show you one of the spots. Now on all of these maps, obviously you can shoot from either side. It will be a long shot, so I'm only going to show you from one vantage point on each map. Let's start off with Breakout. This is the most efficient spot I found, is window to window. If you camp here in hardcore, you can transition easy long shots from either side. On Crusher, if you stand on this wall, have your back on this wall, and look down the alleyway where B domination is, any shot at this range will be a long shot from either side. On Scorch, there are two spots. The most frequently used is from A domination, just overlooking B domination from here to the window, and you can also shoot obviously from the window to people jumping from A dom at this location here. The other spot that is a long shot in this map is up in the building. If you snipe from the back of this hallway over to the box at the far side when you're coming from C domination into that back door, either side is a long shot as well. There are two decent spots on Retaliation. The first one is by standing on this bus, you can hit an opponent that is sniping on the tank at the far side of the bridge. It has to be on the tank. Any closer and it won't be a long shot, and if he's not on the tank, you unfortunately aren't able to see the opponent, so that's kind of the only long shot on this side. The other one that is probably better, you are a little bit more open to being shot at, but is standing on this railing right here. You can even stand on that pair of binoculars and hitting anybody in the bedroom of the hotel through that wall. These are both long shots on Retaliation. On the map Grounded, there's only one viable shot for snipers at a long shot, and it's at A domination. When you sit back here on this tarp, you can hit enemies that are coming right down this alleyway. If you hit anybody closer, kind of coming down the hill, it won't be a long shot, but if you hit them as they come around the corner at the very end of that alley, it will consider itself a long shot for sniper rifles. On the map Precinct, the one viable shot of a high traffic area is at C dom. If you come back to this location back here and crouch just so you can see the window, any shot taken with a sniper rifle at the window will be a long shot. Anything below the window is too close for a long shot. So this is kind of the only side that you can really shoot at. If you shoot from the window, majority of the time there won't be anybody back this far, so you can really only hit a long shot from this distance. The one viable sniper long shot in Skydock is from platform to platform in the middle of the map. So if you are on this platform, stand at the back, because sometimes if they are at the front and you are at the front, it isn't a long shot. But if you stand at the back and there's an opponent in that room across the way, it will be a long shot with a sniper rifle, and vice versa. If you are in that room, stand at the back, because sometimes if they are too close to the front, it isn't a long shot. Last but not least, on the map Mayday, it's not a completely viable long shot for snipers, but it does work in the odd lucky situation. If you head over to this outside laneway and you go to the back, as far back as you can to this wall, and you look into the distance of the laneway, if an enemy jumps on that pillar, this pillar here, but on the other side, and they are on top of it like this, if you hit them from back here while they're standing on that pillar, you will get a long shot. If they are in front of it, standing behind this box, it won't be a long shot. So that is the only place I found that is viable for high traffic that can give you a long shot for snipers. That's all the tips I have for you guys today on sniper rifles. I hope these tips help you guys out. I know when I was going for sniper challenges, it was a struggle and I had to figure these strategies out for myself, but I hope these strategies will help you guys get it done much easier than it was for me, and I hope it provides less stress when going for headshots and double kills and all of the challenges that snipers provide. So if you guys did enjoy the video, if it helped out, drop a thumbs up. Please, it helps more than you know lately. The likes on the video have been phenomenal. The comments have been awesome, and your support on the channel has been absolutely perfect. So keep it up, guys. I absolutely love it when you guys comment, give me video requests like this one. If you guys have any more requests, definitely drop them in the comments below, and I will keep posting videos like this for you guys. So as always, guys, until the next video, stay on the bean, you do you, live life your way, because that's the way it's meant to be. Seriously, beauties, they are going to die with this gun. So that is the tip I can provide for you for transitioning your gameplay into double kills with the P-Law. But I